I just asked you how you are because you're calling me from death row.
Yep.
And you said you're still alive.
Yes, I am. I'm grateful.
You're grateful. And what did the Supreme... We were hoping that Ohio was going to drop the death penalty, but what did you just tell me?
Yeah, on June 9th, the Ohio Supreme Court set an execution date for me and 4 other guys. Mine's for May 29th of 2019. So between counting me, there's 21 guys total that currently have execution dates set in Ohio.
Are you with any of them? Like, are they right there with you on death row?
Well, I mean, there's, let me see, one upstairs on my range, and there's another guy down here that has one set, but he's not here right now. He's at the hospital. And then there's me, and I actually have to look at my list. But yeah, most of the other guys, they're in other cell blocks.
They're in the other cell blocks. Your date's not for 4 years, or anybody else's coming up sooner than that?
Oh yeah, mine is the furthest one out of all the ones that are set. The next one that's set is for I'm pretty sure it's January of 2016. That's a guy named Ron Phillips. So yeah, I don't know. Right now, the issue with Ohio is they're trying to find a company to provide them with drugs to keep murdering the inmates that they want to kill. So unfortunately, that's just how it is. But hopefully Ohio will do away with it someday. They need to, just like Nebraska just did.
Well, I think that it's up to God to decide who's changed behind bars while they're sitting on death row. I don't think that's a government decision or a judge's decision or anybody but God.
Well, I mean, yeah, right. I mean, plus, no, I'm good, thanks. No, I mean, I've been locked up on this case for almost 22 years now, and I mean, the bottom line is this: them killing somebody is not going to bring another person back to life, and for them to think it's, just for making the world a safer place, that's for anybody to debate. Do I think it is? No, it's not. But the difference is I've spent all this time locked up. I've seen things that people in society don't. I know that the system is flawed and that the death penalty does not work, and it's definitely not a deterrent to crime. If it was, there wouldn't be, like 25,000 plus murders a year in this country every year. And only like less than 1/2 of 1% of people committing those murders end up on death row. So, that's the problem, and it's indicative of the fact that the system don't work.
Yeah, I've been getting your letters. I've been trying to keep up with them since we went to Grafton.
This call is originating from an Ohio correctional facility and may be recorded and monitored.
Okay.
Yeah, did you get that letter? Did you get the letter I sent you?
Yeah, and I'm trying to show it to some. I'm smart. I'm pretty darn smart, but I'm also trying to show it to people that are even smarter than I am, and also, that are fighting to abolish the death penalty. But from your point of view, it's very powerful, and since you've been for 22 years behind bars studying this stuff, at least you're able to get books and study all of these laws, right?
Oh yeah, I can study the law and stuff like that. I mean, what's really funny is I was talking to my appellate attorneys about this, and I said, I don't think I was when I was growing up, I was dealing with problems at home, so I didn't really pay much attention in school. I'm not stupid, and I can learn easily. My thing was I didn't like the home I was living in, so I went to school to get out of the house. And but when you're on a death penalty case and you go to trial, they have like psychiatrists and stuff interview you and do an IQ test and stuff. And I sat back and I thought about the one that they gave me, and I said, the numbers just don't seem right, because they gave me an overall IQ of like 102. And then when this one guy who no longer works here, he was a psychologist, the head psychologist, he left, and he gave me one, and he said, "No, man," he said, "yours has got to be around 120, 25, you know." So, I mean, you know, I'm definitely one of the more intelligent individuals here, and that's what makes things a lot harder for me, is because, you know, I'm always trying to do things to help myself, to better myself, to improve my life, but to have a positive effect on other people's as well. Not just here, but, you know, on the outside, the people I communicate with. And that's so hard because, you know, it's just frustrating because I'm also very limited in what I'm able to do, you know, and that's why my family is really my friendship with all the people that I communicate with, and that's how I get the help that I did, you know. I mean, that's like a friend of mine, Bruce, he just set up a Facebook page for me, which is cool, oddly enough. I've been trying to have somebody do that for me for like 7 years, and it just now got me.
Well, I'm going to go look for it, but let me ask you one more thing. My partner and I, from In the Name of Justice, and we're going to be able to come individually, give some sort of, I don't know, God, not hope, but, you know, love to people that on death row. We're going to be able to come and talk to you guys. I don't know if it's at that exact prison. Is that the only prison in Ohio? I forget what you said with death row.
I mean, what, you want to come here to interview guys? Or
no,
something?
We just want to come and, you know, I don't know we're just going to be able to come, like we speak to large crowds at prison. We're going to be able to come to give you guys, you know, something to just know that you're not forgotten. And do you think that's helpful?
Right.
Do you think that will be helpful to you guys or what?
I don't know.
Have you? Yeah.
I don't know.
This call is originating from an Ohio correctional facility and may be recorded and monitored.
I'll be honest. The best thing to do would be to like ask guys if they would even be interested, because I think the vast majority of guys here, they're not even gonna bother going because they don't care.
Okay.
You know. Yeah.
Because they've given up hope.
I couldn't hear you.
Because they've given up hope. What? Why?
Well, for some of them, yeah, but not just that. When I mean they don't care, I mean they just don't care. They don't care if somebody wants to come here. They're lazy, too tired, don't care, gave up hope. You know, you've got some guys, they're just not going to waste their time to go. They'd rather sit in the cell, watch TV, or sit at the table and just, you know, talk with each other about bullshit. You know, so.
Well, as I understand it, we were coming individually to. I don't know what's going on. We're going to a lot of prisons. I'll let you know more about it, but we weren't going to, it wasn't going to be, it would be on an individual basis or something. I'm not quite sure. But I'm glad to hear your voice. I'm trying to raise money for the children of the incarcerated parent for our benefit concert. Like I said, we went to Grafton Correctional and saw all the old law inmates. They're not so encouraged, but now they've been sending us so many letters. I mean, you should see.
Well,
I just got forwarded. Huh?
I can tell you this.
Yeah.
If you ever want to come see me, let me know, and you can come here and we can talk for a few hours about all kinds of different things, and you know, bounce ideas off each other, and maybe I can be helpful and give you some ideas that can help you with what you're doing. I don't know.
Well, thank you. If I'm on a visiting list, I can't come into the prisons to be. To speak on a large level. It's kind of confusing the way they have it. As far as I understand, if I'm on a visiting list, then I can't come to speak.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know.
But
see, for me, my situation is different though, because I'm on death row. If you were probably seeing guys somewhere else, I don't know if they would do that. The best way for you to find an answer to that is to just call the administration here and ask them about that.
Okay, I am going to. I will.
Or call the case manager. You could call the death row case manager, and he'd be able to answer that for you.
Okay. Now, is there any other stats or anything you want me to look up while I have you on the phone, or anything you think society needs to know since I'm recording this?
No, but what I did want to ask you is, if you don't mind, my buddy who set up my Facebook page and stuff, we're trying to let more people be aware of it and know. But I wanted to know, would you mind if If I sent you his email, would you mind emailing him and letting him tell you about it, and then like putting a link on it somewhere on your Facebook page or something?
Sure, I will. Let me turn this off, and then I'll get his information. Just a sec.